Do we think it's, okay, okay, great. Would someone like to make a motion to return to public session? By Barbara, seconded by Marjorie. All those in favor?
Aye.
6-0, great. Welcome, Ian.
Thanks.
See you. Hey, Ian. So excited to have our meeting tonight. Tonight is Thursday, August 22nd. This is our last meeting before school starts. Bittersweet, yes. Hope everyone's been enjoying the summer and the Olympics and all the things that have been happening in the month of August. And tonight we're going to have an opportunity to revisit our class sizes and approve the charge for the facilities committee. So we're looking forward to both of those things. And if, oh, so can we vote on coming, did we vote?
Yeah.
Okay, so can we rise for the pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we are going to begin tonight with any board announcements. I don't know if any board members have anything they wanted to.
Just thank you for a lovely retreat.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for including us.
Yeah, that was great, thank you.
That was really, really special. That was great, great.
I
Thank
was
you.
telling the excitement in the room from the administrators was palpable. Like,
Oh, great.
They were energized by it, and it was a great afternoon spent.
Thank you for giving the time to really appreciate it very much.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's will be interesting as we think about our goal this year, the board goal and the creation of the board goal, sort of in the context of doing some work together. I think will be really
Yes,
great. So
thank you.
without further ado, we are going to talk about enrollment.
Sure.
Jill, you want to take it away?
My pleasure, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And it is lovely to be here again, late August, and just about to start the school year. And just allow me to echo sentiments as well about the admin retreat that's just been really productive and healthy the last couple of days. So thank you, Dr. Blanche, really appreciate it. I think I speak on behalf of all my colleagues that it's just been a really just wonderful time to connect with people and think about the future of the district. It's very exciting. So thank you again.
I appreciate it. I'm glad everybody came back day two. I was a little nervous. So I appreciate it, so thank you.
Yes, with lots of energy, everyone came back, yeah.
It was the cookies that brought him back.
Yeah,
I'm not going to fool myself.
Yeah, yes, well, the food was very good for sure. But we can turn our attention to the class size and enrollment, and really just a couple of highlights just before we begin. There's favorable class sizes across the district, and I'll show that through at a couple of the first slides. So without any further ado, we'll officially begin. And just to set the context and for everyone here, as current board members know, and some of our new board members, these are our contractually obligated class size parameters. There's a goal and a range, as you can see, K-2, grade 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 12. And the range there is that we're not supposed to go over the range in the classrooms. And we're happy to report there's nowhere in the district where we're over the range for these contractually obligated numbers. And as you'll see in a moment through our elementary schools, we're really around the goal for our grades. And always under the range. So I'll show that in more detail.
The range is not a state, it's not state mandatory, right?
No, it's in our contracts. Yeah. Good question, though. So before we jump into Increase Miller Elementary, just a slight change for all of our community members and board members and my colleagues will recall from previous years, we separated out kindergarten and showed kindergarten just in general. And then it was sometimes a little bit hard to tell the full number of students in each building. So this year we decided to add the actual kindergarten to each of the buildings. So what you see here is the Increase Miller kindergarten. And then when we look at Meadow Pond and Katona Elementary, kindergarten is included. So those total numbers, as you see, if you look at the August 2024 column for Increase Miller, it's at 472. That's all the children in the building, right? That includes kindergarten, as you can see at the top there. The slight that I'm going to draw your attention to the total number from October 23 to the total number of August 2024 in that pink area there, 497 to 472. And the reason for that drop off is really has to do with the special classes that we moved from Increase Miller to Meadow Pond. So when you look at Meadow Pond, there'll be a slight increase in the total number. But also just to draw your attention back to where I began and that very favorable class sizes all around the goal and underneath the range. For Katona Elementary, I want to draw your attention, I think first, and just thank the board and the community. We needed to add a contingency position for kindergarten just based on projected enrollment. Our projections were, I think, a little bit higher at some point back in the spring. But right now we're hovering around 70, and I should just pause and say, this is a snapshot of where we were a few days ago. These numbers can fluctuate in the last couple weeks of August, even into the early weeks of September. But this is where we are now, and I think I have said that in previous years. This is a snapshot of where we are as a point in time. So that contingency position was the fourth section added into kindergarten to make sure that we were underneath the range for K. And that's all for Katona. Oh, also for Katona Elementary, I should say, the fifth grade there, just to draw your attention there. Although while we do have 72 and the average class size is 24, the three sections there are at 22, 24, and 25. And that class of 25 is a co-taught class. So you have two teachers in that room of 25 students. So the ratio there is really favorable. And as well, we are underneath the goal there as well for fifth grade at KES. Meadow Pond Elementary, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, I said that you'll see an increase in the total enrollment. And again, that has to do with our special classes that are now starting September will be at Meadow Pond. And again, the same theme, the average class sizes for all the grades are at goal or even underneath goal and certainly under the range. Total for elementary, just looking left to right, we have the projected for 2023 at 1,266. Actual where we were at 1231 back in October. Projected for 2024 at 1,250, and then August 2024 where we are just a couple days ago, right there at 1,229.
Neil, before you move on.
Oh, yeah,
to
please.
the, middle and high, would you mind if I asked an elementary
yeah,
related
please, go
question kind
ahead.
of globally? Just in terms of the enrollment of our special class population, when I look at Increase Miller, am I right in reading that there were 12 students in October 2023?
Yeah.
And then in Meadow Pond, we're anticipating 27 students. So that's just an enrollment increase in the population of students in the special classes?
Yes, that's why we added the third section.
Yes, okay,
For
great,
this school year, because we knew that it was going.
thank you.
Okay, for John Jay Middle School, I'll draw your attention there to the bottom right-hand corner to the total enrollment right now at 628, which is much lower than what it was last October. And if you look at the students coming in of sixth grade for August of 2024, we have 198. And you can see the difference of the eighth graders leaving the school at 248. So you have that difference there of a larger class leaving the school to become freshmen at the high school and a smaller class of incoming sixth graders. For the high school, there's also, like I said, the eighth grade leaving the high school is there at 246 of incoming to the high school as freshmen. There's a slight increase at the high school from this August compared to October 23. And that has to do with the difference between the seniors leaving and the incoming freshmen. As you can see, a slight increase in those numbers. And then total district enrollment, you can see where we were projected for 2023, where we were for actual October of 23, just 10 months ago, projected for 2024, and where we are right now at 2,776.
Do you think that number will be going up in the coming days?
There are people who are speaking to our district registrar, so it could absolutely go up by a couple, and it can also come down by a few.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I mean, it's
okay.
give or take a few.
Okay.
But it could,
We're gonna be around that number?
yeah, we're gonna be around that number. It could go up a little bit, for sure, yeah.
Thank you, Neil.
Yeah, that's the conclusion, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Neil. I appreciate it. It's nice to see, I think that we've got favorable classroom
Yes.
numbers in all of our schools and, are below goal, pretty much across the, below or
Yeah.
at goal almost in every classroom. That's terrific.
Yes.
Did anyone else have any other follow-up or questions?
I do. So it's not ever happened before that I can think of. And I think our numbers are such that it's not going to happen this year, but what would happen if, as you said, there can be a lot of fluctuation in this last month or so before school starts? What happens if the numbers increase to the point where we're over goal
Yeah.
and we're in September and school's
Sure.
already started? And then do you shuffle around to make another section? You shuffle around the kids, or how
Sure.
does that?
So in my time here, going to my 4th year, we haven't had that issue. But I imagine if we went over the range and we would meet together with, I'm sure, as cabinet and the principal and assistant principal of the school and look at what's available and what can we do, if there are any creative solutions. But from a contractual point of view, if we can't keep it under the range, then we would have to hire a contingency position. We would need to
But if it
hire.
went over the goal,
Yeah.
you could just stay with that.
Oh, if it went over the goal, yes, absolutely, yeah. But if it went over the range, we would be obligated to think of a solution to keep it under the range. And I don't want to guarantee anything, but one of those possible solutions would be possibly to hire. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And Neil, as you described before as well, to the closest one, which I appreciate bringing the
Yes.
detail as far as there's a co-taught class in there. You're talking about, going from 71 students and you're going to pick up another 15 or 20 kids just in that grade level last day that just don't see that happening.
No,
So,
no.
and everything else as well within buffer. But even that, when you're talking about a 20% increase in the next 2 weeks of school, is not going to.
Right, exactly. That's a great point. We've talked about that before, right? Because as far as like the range goes, as Ray's saying, that you would need to have 15 children come into the system in a couple of weeks, and we have,
Grade.
yeah, in one grade in the same
Yeah,
school,
in
right?
one school.
So, yeah, so we haven't, to my knowledge, haven't had that happen before.
Okay. And then my only other thought as I'm looking at this is, once again, we're decreasing, and I don't know, I was just hopeful that we were finally beyond that and we would start increasing, but it's
Not happening.
not
So,
happening yet.
and really, just from a different perspective, just not too far away, the reality is that we see those live birth rates are just historically down in our area, down in New York State, certainly down in this particular part of the region. So the scope, though, of our work as educators, though, continues to increase forevermore.
Right.
And so I would not anticipate any uptick in our numbers anytime soon based upon live birth rates and things and the yield that comes out for those students, as they project 5 years out. It does not present itself that there's going to be any anticipated increase in those anytime in the near future.
Any other observations, questions? Great. Thank you very much, Neil. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks for all your work.
My pleasure, yes.
So the next thing on our agenda is the facility committee charge, and we reviewed this at the last meeting and came up with the language for it and the modifications to the committee, which basically are changing the charge from previously where we were working on thinking about the bond and creating the bond, and now really this is the work with the bond happening. So this will be a committee that meets on an as-needed basis, really to think about any questions that might come up during the process of the construction. So I don't know if there's any other changes or thoughts people had after having a chance to read this, which is what we worked on last time, or whether someone wanted just to make a motion to approve it. To approve?
Approve.
Okay, so Bill's making a motion to approve, seconded by Lorraine. Any discussion? Great, all those in favor?
Aye.
Great, so that passes 6-0. Thank you. So this is our opportunity for public comment. I know there's some people here. I don't know if you're aware that in the back, there's an opportunity to sign up if you wanted to speak. You're welcome to speak. If you haven't signed up, you can certainly just come and introduce yourself. This is an opportunity for anyone who wants to speak to the board. We don't generally get into a back and forth. It's our opportunity to listen to any thoughts or concerns from the community and reflect on it. So I don't know if anyone here is looking to speak at the podium. No? Okay. Great. Excellent. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. I'm not aware of anything that needs to get pulled out of the consent agenda. Anyone wanted to? Great. Okay. Would someone like to move the consent agenda? Sure. In its entirety, moved by Marjorie. Seconded by Lorraine. All those in favor? 6-0. Let me make sure that. Great. So we're at item 14.0, which is an opportunity for board dialogue and discussion. I just did want to welcome Ian here again. I know I welcomed you very quickly at the beginning of the meeting, but we're super excited to have, as part of our structure, a student board member. And I had the opportunity to meet with Ian earlier in the year, and really excited for you to join us and look forward to your input. And please, when we have discussions or when I go ask the board if they have any questions or comments, you're part of that, and certainly want to hear from you. So no pressure, but anytime if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask them during our meeting.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just glad for the opportunity to be here, represent the students, give my opinion, and thank you for the warm welcome.
Yeah, great. Is there anything else anyone wanted to bring up during board dialogue?
And I think it's appropriate that we updated the facilities charge. I just want to say how exciting it is to, see the construction at our back windows here at the middle school, and to see some of that work start to take place. And I had a chance today to talk to Michael Wexler, Increase Miller, assistant principal. He is so excited and energized by everything that's going on at the school. And it's just so much, it's fun to see our educators being excited about our construction and what the community is allowing us to do. So I feel really good about that, and I feel like we're in great hands with Marjorie and that committee, and so thank you.
Thank you.
And I think I'll just go ahead and we got future meetings, then I'll take us out after that.
Yeah, so our next board meeting will be Thursday, September 5th, so just 2 days into the school year, so we're excited for that. And then following that, there's another board meeting on September 19th. And as schedules for committees start to come into place, I know that Kim will let us know about those. So, everyone have a wonderful remainder of your summer and enjoy the Labor Day holiday. And Ray, if you want to
Sure,
take us
that's
over
what
the
takes
finish
out.
line?
So
Yeah.
actually with Ian here, we had met, I guess it was just a few days ago. And as the board went through the conversation with our administrative council today about having to set that kind of strategic mission and vision and values there, Ian and I are going to kind of connect a little bit later. We're going to join his leadership team. I think you said there's about 60 students in the...
Yeah, we have about 12 per grade, so 48, 50.
Yeah.
Though between sports and extracurriculars, extra help, not all people are always going to be present at a meeting. It's usually around 30 per meeting. But if we go throughout the year, we could get the voices of most people on the committee.
So Ian's going to help me make sure we get our student voice in the conversation, and we'll see, maybe incentivize them with a little pizza to come and something for our meeting or something like that. So again, what we went through today is Ian and I will kind of be working with our student leaders to do a very similar process and working that through. So thank you, Ian. Appreciate it. And thank you again, board, for all your time today. So thank you.
Anyone like to make a motion to adjourn? A motion by John, second by Lorraine. All those in favor?
Aye.
Great, 6-0. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you. Have a great rest of your